Hello, I'm Maria DeSimone Prascak from Maria's Ideas, and this is a 10-minute tutorial for episode 14, 2024 of our cable TV show here in Pittsburgh, Maria's Ideas Teaches Us to Paint. It airs on BPTV, which is Bethel Park Cable TV, and their YouTube channel, and also my YouTube channel, which is Maria's Ideas Art. So each episode does have the tutorial. You can look back. We have 13 other episodes already, and we try to bring in some special guests. This year I'm focusing on artists and musicians. We need a lot more art and music in the world. So we are volunteers and we just do this. We just hope to inspire you to maybe get a little creative. It's very therapeutic to just forget about maybe the things in the real world for a little bit and just have fun and relax and learn something new possibly, or just bring out your paints again. So this is the tutorial for drawing the design, and then we will be posting the other episode in a few days as soon as it's done being edited. So thank you, and remember, follow the pickle. Okay, I am back here with my canvas board. Now we use the canvas panels or canvas boards on the show. There's not as much bounce and it just seems to work well with the camera angles and all. If you wanted to use them, you can use a little office binder clip, something like that. You clip on the top of the canvas and it's easy to hang them up. This is the painting. We actually filmed our episode today, and this was the original that I painted during our show, and it is the morning cup of Joe. So you'll have to watch the episode to see how I came up with that one. All right, so we're going to get started. I use a watercolor pencil. You can use a graphite pencil. If you do, just very, very lightly sketch everything. The watercolor pencils are nice because they will blend and reactivate when it gets wet. It will reactivate the watercolor and just kind of blend right back into your paint. So we're going to get started. This is episode 14, 2024, and for our show, Maria's Ideas Teaches Us to Paint. All right, so first I'm going to just give myself just kind of eyeball roughly the center and just draw a line. And again, I'm doing this really dark so that you can see it on camera, and then we'll divide it in half vertically, horizontally. You could even see them up a little bit more, and that's okay. This is just to give us an idea. If you don't draw freehand and you just need a little guide, you can follow along here to help you just lay out the composition for this design. So what we have, let's start with the rooster first because he's the focal point. We can always adjust the horizon and the cup around him, but we are going to just start with some basic shapes, some ovals and circles, and we want his head, and that includes his little the top of his head down to his beak and everything. So that is going to be more on this side, but just something, let's see, probably something around like that. Okay, so we have circle, and again I'm doing this darker so you can see. Now that doesn't mean that's his whole head. We're going to come in here and create the shapes that we need, but this is just to give you an idea of how we're going to lay him out. So then if we do an oval, a little bit of an angle, this will be his breast and body. So we have an oval here, okay, and then not down as far but more up on this portion. Let's do a circle about the same size as this one, and then another oval. Okay, so we have the circle. We have, now if you're using a larger canvas or paper or whatever you're using, just divide it in half, divide it in the the equal parts like this, and then it will work out the same way for you. So it doesn't matter what size you're working on, just divide it in half and then half again. So we have 16 segments here. Okay, so that's what we have here. Now we're going to bring this together to create the rooster's image here. So we're going to connect this, And this is his little wattle here. I think that's what that's called, right? And then his eye will be here. His beak will be here. And this might look a little strange because it's just in pencil, but once it all comes together with the paint, it will make sense. And then this, his little comb on top of his head. You can do that however you choose. You can make it bigger. They're all different, I'm sure, just like people. They all look a little bit different, right? And that's good. It'd be kind of boring if everybody looked the same. And then this part of the circle, that's going away. We're not even using that. That was just to give us a sense of where his head is. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm going to make like a little triangle V shape here. And then we're going to just bring it out a little bit, and then we're going to come down to this top part of the oval, and then bring it around. So this is his back, and then we're going to bring it up like this, and that starts his tail. Okay, so you can see we're just following these shapes. Let's come back around. This is his breast. This would stick out a little bit, and then his legs will come down from there, and then we are going to come back up and bring it out a little bit like that. So you can see what I did here. Bring it up, and then bring this here, and now we're going to let his tail just kind of flow. I mean, have fun with it. I'm sure their feathers are all different lengths, and depending on the type of rooster it is. So you can see I'm just making little zigzag pointy shapes here. We will again bring that to life when we paint. And then if you wanted to just do something like this, just gives you an idea where his other feathers are. You don't even have to do that. As we paint it, that will all come together. So there you have your rooster. Okay, so it's just broken down into different shapes. And then and the reason he's not crowing is because he didn't have his coffee yet. And instead of putting him on the top of, say, a fence post where you often see them depicted, I put him on the cup of coffee. And again, the cup of Joe, because his name is Joe, but then the coffee is also could be referred to as a cup of Joe. And if you watch the episode, you'll see why. So there are his little feet and the little toes there. Okay. And now you can put him on a fence post, of course, but we are putting him on the cup. So we're going to come up a little bit above the foot here, and about, say, maybe a little bit bigger than from if you follow a line up to where his beak is, and then about equal parts, away, just kind of a little bit here. Okay, so that will be the cup, and this is the cup, and then you just bring it, little arch here, little curve shape, bring it around. His little toes could be hanging off of there. And then I'm just going to bring the lid like this, bring it down, then another little section here. Okay, and I'm connecting all of that. And then the sides will be slanted in. The rest of it comes to life when you paint it. Now I ended up doing him a little bit bigger. There's not as much cup showing. If you do him a little smaller, which you can't, or if you use a different size canvas, you'll have maybe, if you want to still keep him as large as this in relation to, say, actual size, where he's maybe 6 inches across. You can use a larger canvas too, but sometimes if you paint everything a little bit smaller, it just gets a little more difficult to do the details. But anyway, so we have him there. And let's see, our little silhouette. So he's pretty much in silhouette. We do add color to him, but he is in silhouette, and so are this mountain shape. And then we will bring the ground level down here. And that's pretty much it. The sun, in the sky, we have some very swirly shapes. If you wanted to draw a little bit of that just to indicate where those shapes are that might help you as you paint, that's fine, but you really don't have to. You can just do that as you paint. So this is episode 14, 2024, Morning Cup of Joe. If you watch the video, that will be up soon. We need usually a few days to finish editing and get that up. And if you're interested, you can check back our other shows that we have too. We were lucky enough to win Best Series in the Greater Pittsburgh Media Award for our show for Best Series, which was wonderful. And a few other episodes won awards through the Bethel Park community. So we're very proud of that. This is all volunteer, but we like to inspire others to get creative and draw and paint. So we hope you have fun and enjoy it, and we'll see you next time. Thanks.